Good evening and welcome to the Action News 5 Digital Desk Nighttime. I'm meteorologist Ron Childers alongside my cohort and nighttime really producer
Lydian
here.
Canine.
Lydian Canine. Okay, here's something I just discovered, all right? So we've been working together for how long? A couple of years now?
Yeah, about a year and a half.
Year and a half. All right. So I see Lydian. It's Lydian. Hey, Lydian, how are you? As we say hi every day.
Yeah.
But I only see your name, your last name in like emails.
Right.
And when I look at the emails, it's Lydian Kinnan, or at least that's what I thought. So yesterday we wrap up our web chat, and Malik, our intern, comes up and says, "Hey, Ron, her name is Canine."
The funny thing is, I just keep forgetting to correct him because he keeps saying it wrong on air, and I'm like, I'll just tell him.
You know, I feel terrible.
No, please don't feel terrible.
You got my name right, though. That's all that matters, right?
How could I get it wrong? How could anybody get it wrong?
Well, welcome to our web chat tonight. We've got lovely weather on this Valentine's Day / Ash Wednesday / Hump Day, and really just a lovely day. We have got dry air in place. It was another day of sunshine, and looks like above warmer temperatures going to continue through the end of the week. As a matter of fact, we were almost 10 degrees above average today, hitting the mid-60s. Perfect Valentine's Day, I would say.
I agree.
What did you and your sweetheart do for Valentine's Day?
So we celebrated over the weekend, and we went to Knife Bird over here in Midtown.
Yeah.
And it was lovely. It's a wine bar with charcuterie boards you can order.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Isn't that cool?
Everybody's doing charcuterie boards now.
Oh, I mean, what else do you need besides meat and cheese? Like,
That's
and crackers.
That pretty much is the basics,
I could eat that
isn't
every
it?
day.
Meat and cheese. We love that. Charcuterie boards. Oh, well, that's awesome. Very nice. I love
What
that.
did you do?
Joyce and I, you know, we're going to get a pizza oven. That's our big gift to each other.
My parents
okay?
have a pizza oven.
Love it. So I'm doing a little research on that. I've got some ideas. If you have one, let me know. But I gave her some roses.
Oh.
Had a nice dinner last night. I'm going to make another fabulous dinner tonight because I cook. I like to cook. I do all the cooking.
What's your favorite recipe? What's your go-to?
I don't know, but you know, JP loves steak and potatoes, and you know,
classic.
a nice, lovely veggie. So that steak is usually our go-to meal.
Can't go wrong with a steak dinner.
Last night I made a fabulous pasta. It was really good. So anyway, I try to cook anything and everything. So I think I heard her over there.
She said it was delicious.
Well, happy Valentine's Day. I hope you're celebrating with your sweetheart or by yourself. You can never love yourself enough. And people who know me will tell you just that about me, right?
Right.
Let's talk about what's going on. But you know what? We have some cool Valentine's videos.
We do.
Don't we?
We do. And you know, you mentioned that you gave Joyce some roses.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you know that we're not the only primates that enjoy roses?
What?
Yeah, check this out. This
Let me see.
is, his name is a knothead. This is Knothead the ring-tailed lemur.
We
He
have
got
those
a
at the
yummy
zoo.
rose. Yeah, we do.
We have lemurs
Here
here.
in Memphis, we do have one. This is at Zoo Boise in Idaho. And
Wait,
he got
he's
a,
eating it.
Yeah.
So he really loves
Yeah.
roses. Okay. JP did not eat the roses I gave her. That was pretty good.
You know, you don't knock it till you try it. So.
What else do you have for us? You got some
Okay.
other cool videos, don't you?
Yeah, I have some more here. We also have animals. This is in Chicago. They got special love from their keepers this Valentine's Day.
Well, isn't that awesome? I love that. So when we were in San Francisco many years ago, I saw the seals and the whatever they are right there on the wharf, at Fisherman's Wharf. Absolutely amazing sight. I had not seen them in, you know, I'd seen videos of them forever, and I'd seen a couple at the zoo, but to see them gathered sunning themselves, oh my heavens. What, okay.
Yeah, we got
That
all
is-
sorts of creatures.
Yeah, we do, don't we? Is he eating that off the glass? They stuck the meat on the glass.
Yeah.
They did, didn't they?
Someone's
He
gonna
is
have to
going to
clean
town.
that afterwards.
I love the seal video. I think that's my fave. That is my
Aren't they
absolute fave. Yeah. How cool. So everybody getting a little love on Valentine's Day. And isn't it something how food is always associated with a Valentine's Day? I mean,
don't they say like the easiest way to win a person's heart is through the stomach?
Yeah, give them something to eat. Exactly.
So
What's your go-to meal for Valentine's Day?
Oh yeah,
let's see
I
the
want
comments.
ideas because I'll be cooking when I get home, but I have no idea what I'm gonna make.
Not a bad. Let me tell you, steak is simple. A little salt, pepper, boom, you're good. Easy to go.
Easy. Just go to.
Cooking it to the right temperature. That's
Yes.
that's the key. All right, so look, let's talk about the weather, shall we?
All right.
It was a big news day here in the Mid-South. The Tyree Nichols documents were released today. Hopefully Bria Bolden will have a little time to talk with us later, but I want to focus right now on the weather because it's beautiful here in the Mid-South. We've had a gorgeous day today. Sunshine, check it out. As I mentioned, lovely weather today. Look at this, we hit 64 degrees. The average for the day is 55, so well above it. And we were just a few degrees shy of the record, 77 in 1949. 36 the morning low, that is average for this day. No rain in the rain gauge. This is a look outside from our Best Care Home Services camera on a Valentine's night. Union Avenue there, just to the left of your screen, looking towards downtown. And again, it's just beautiful out there. It is clear. It's 50 degrees in Memphis. Not bad. This time of the evening, so folks that are out having dinner this evening, just perfect weather for it. Got a light southwest wind. We'll fall to 45 tonight, so we're not going to see a drastic drop in the temperature. That's due to that southwest wind at about 5-10 miles per hour. And we're going to be in for more warm weather tomorrow. I'm looking for a high of about 65 Thursday, and we'll still be in the low 60s on Friday, but check this out. 45 on Saturday. We're going to see a drastic drop in temperature. So we're going to go from about 10 degrees above average to 10 degrees below average to start the weekend, but then we'll start a slow climb back up. We're at that time of the year where we see these roller coaster temperatures up and down, up and down. The tilt of the earth is now starting to face a little more toward the sun itself, so we're heading toward the spring season. That angle of incidence is changing. We start to warm up. But we still get these pockets of cold air that come in from northern tier of the U.S., out of the northern Rockies, southern Canada, and will still make their way to the south and southeast. So again, that roller coaster ride of temperatures. But we're also looking at an increased rain chance with this too. Now, high pressure, that's the dominating factor in our weather pattern right now, and that's what's bringing in that southwest wind that we're enjoying at this time. So that's flowing in just like that. But notice we got clouds gathering back here in southern Texas. There are also some clouds just making their way through the Rockies, and we're going to see all of this converge on the Mid-South over the next 24 to 36 hours, and that unfortunately is going to lead to rain. But fortunately, no rain anywhere in the area right now. So precipitation trend still Friday looking like the rainy day of the next 7. But the rain chance for Friday is increasing. And as a matter of fact, forecast models today really coming into good agreement on most of the day Friday, having rain in the area, maybe even a few thunderstorms too, because there is going to be a big shot of cold air that comes in behind this. I think we could see temperatures fall about 30 degrees from Friday afternoon to Friday night. So yeah, a big shot of cold coming in with that. When you see a temperature gradient that sharp, you can't rule out the possibility of a couple of thunderstorms popping up, although I think it's going to be primarily rain for much of the Mid-South. Let's check it out. Here's a long-range futurecast yesterday and really the day prior, showing the morning hours starting off on a dry note. But today's data and multiple forecast models showing scattered showers coming in early Friday morning. So many of us could be waking up to rain Friday, but the greater probability of rain is going to come in Friday afternoon. And that is likely going to blanket a good portion of eastern Arkansas, West Tennessee during the afternoon and continue into the evening hours. If you have Friday night plans, know that rain will likely impact them to some degree. So 7 o'clock Friday, the focus will shift along and south of the 40 corridor. However, during the day, it'll be along and north of that corridor. But by the time it's all said and done, I think everybody in the area gets some rain out of this. But, you know, yesterday, Lydia and we were talking about the possibility of a little wintry precipitation up around parts of Dyersburg, Missouri Boot Heel. I don't think that's going to play out. I think that moisture is going to eject out of here before that colder air moves in and allows that transition to take place. And as a matter of fact, from 7 in the evening till about 11, 11:30, there may be a snow shower or a brief snow flurry along the Tennessee River Valley. But I think for the most part, we're looking at rain here in the Action News 5 coverage area. And by the time it's all said and done, about a quarter to half an inch of rain for most areas. Memphis on track to pick up about a quarter of an inch. So anyway, that's what we're looking at there. I'll talk more about what's coming up in the next 24 hours in a moment. If you want to know more, however, you can always get the app. Do I say that enough? Get the app?
No, not enough.
That's right. She works in the digital department, so we want to say that all the time. Get the app, get the app, get the Action News 5 First Alert Weather app. And then we've got the app for Amazon Fire, Roku, and Apple TV. What's the difference between those two?
Okay, so if you have a smart TV or have Apple TV, Roku, or Amazon Fire, you'll be able to watch us as though you had antenna. You can watch our digital streams that way, but you can also watch us on your phone or computer using our app from Google Play or the App Store, or just our website, actionnews5.com.
And a smart TV, you can download it on a smart TV too?
Yeah.
Is it there? I didn't know that.
It depends on the smart TV.
Okay.
Right, because if you have like a Fire TV,
like the stick,
yeah.
the stick that you would plug into a USB
Fire
port
TV
on the back.
that doesn't need a stick.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, they're making too many different kinds of TVs
I know,
now.
it's confusing.
Yeah, I have a new TV and I don't even know how to work it. There was a channel we got to. I don't even know how we got there one night, and we liked it, but I don't know how to get back. But yeah, smart TV. But I have an Apple TV box, the little Apple TV. So, and I know for a fact you can download it on the Apple TV box. You can also do it on the Roku. I got a Roku upstairs, so that works out well. So Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, the box with the sticks, or smart TV.
We're working on a Samsung TV, and we're working on something I've never heard of before called Vizio.
Yeah, Vizio TVs. Yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, many of the monitors we have, I don't see any here, but many of the monitors we have in and around the building are Vizios.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, good stuff there. What do we got in the comments? Anybody?
Let's see. Well, first, Philly Mac says hello.
Philly Mac. He used to be a photographer here. He's a mover now, and he's one of the best. I love this guy. We've used his people. They're good. They're good.
And Pam wants to know, do you think we will see snow again before spring?
You know what, Pam, given this this pattern we're in, and I think with the up and down temperatures that we are going to continue to see throughout the remainder of February and into March, we get that little burst of cold air that intersects at the right time. A little moisture comes out of the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah, I think it's still possible we could see maybe another brief snow. And as I've mentioned before, some of our heaviest snows here in the Mid-South have come during the months of March. As a matter of fact, here's a classic example. So we had that little snow burst earlier this week. And so Sunday night, we're on it, we're talking about it. There's likely going to be snow on Monday. What I did not see, however, was about 1.5 to 2 inches of snow in some parts of the area. That's because those big, wet snowflakes developed, and I mean, they dropped and they were on the ground and built up quickly. It was gone just as quickly as it came in, but when you get a big, wet snow like that, it can build up quickly, and you can get several inches of snow in a short period of time. So I'm not going to rule that out completely. at all. So I still think the possibility is there. And again, a bit of an unsettled pattern as we're wrapping up our winter months and headed into spring and summer. But I also have concerns about the potential for maybe a few severe weather events as well. So this pattern also lends itself to that. So a lot of uncertainty, a lot of instability that will, or not instability that will come with that, but a lot of uncertainty as to, you know, what we are going to get. So I think it could be active as we head on into the final days of winter and get on into spring.
Well, that's all the questions that I'm seeing.
That's good. That's good. All right. So I tell you what, let's take a moment. I want to talk about what's coming up for the next 24 hours. Let me show you this, because from this evening, here we are right around just after 8 o'clock till about midnight, I think mostly clear. We're going to be in the low to mid 40s. Tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, however, there could be a few clouds in the area. Some of us could wake up to a brief overcast, especially along and north of I-40, but we're still going to be in for sunshine. And temperatures tomorrow morning, they'll be cool, but not drastically cold, mid to upper 40s. By 2 in the afternoon, look at this, we're in the low to mid 60s. Yeah, it's going to get warm tomorrow. Then as we get on into the afternoon and early evening, that's when I think we're going to see more clouds coming into play. One of the things we were noticing today on the forecast model, you see those, this little area of clouds right here, it looks like they're little stripes of clouds. The forecast model may actually be picking up gravity wave clouds.
What is that?
Gravity impacts the atmosphere itself. The air in the atmosphere is not just a solid layer of atmosphere. There are flows and eddies and things like that, and it can be impacted by gravity, the surface. So as that moisture is coming in, we could get little gentle rolls and waves of clouds, gravity waves as we call them. It's kind of cool, huh? It makes for that. It makes for those striations and that wavy pattern that you will see in the cloud cover.
So how does that compare to an atmospheric river?
An atmosphere, well, that's a whole different thing. So an atmospheric river is actually just a upper level stream of moisture that's just flowing on shore. Typically, we see those on the West Coast. That Pacific moisture builds in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere, and then it makes its way on shore. That's where it condenses and then rains and creates flooding. And that's what we saw on the West Coast. So gravity wave clouds, that's just little moisture being impacted by the flow and the eddies that are within the airflow itself.
Gotcha. I feel like I'm learning a lot.
But you know, the cool thing about what a lot of people don't understand is air functions almost the same as water. You know, if you ran your finger through a little tray of water, it would leave behind a bit of a wake. You know, the same thing happens with air. When something comes through, it can leave a bit of a wake in clouds. Gravity can impact that, and it can impact cloud structures. Make sense? I'm having to go way back. Remember, I've been out of school for a long time, but that is in a nutshell how that occurs. Let me round out what's coming up for tomorrow, because it's going to be warm again. We're looking at mid 60s. I think it'll be partly cloudy on average. We'll have sun in the morning and then clouds just building through the day. Should be partly cloudy. Northern Mississippi, look at this, 65 to 67 for most areas. Eastern Arkansas, mid 60s for you. We've got what we call a homogeneous air mass. So everybody's going to be right around the same ballpark for temperatures. So we're looking at mid 60s for most areas. It's when we see, pockets of cold in some locations. It may be much colder in Dyersburg than in northern Mississippi. We'll see a disparity in temperatures there. But when we're seeing that pretty much widespread area of mid 60s, temperatures all within a couple of degrees, that's a homogeneous air mass, as we call it. I don't say that on TV because you wouldn't know what a homogeneous air mass was if I didn't have time to explain it, right? Does that make sense? Anyway, let's talk about tomorrow. So sun in the morning, about 45, should be 60 at noon. We'll be in the mid 60s at 3 and still in the low 60s at 5. But I think we will have more clouds at 7 in the evening. Should be mostly cloudy to overcast. And the winds are going to shift around from the west to the north as we get into the day. A little bit of weak front comes into play. Enough to bring in the clouds, but not enough to bring in rain. It's Friday. that's when we see the better chance for rain. But look at the weekend. It's going to start we're going to be in the mid 40s on Saturday. We'll fall in the low 30s Friday night. Mid 40s Saturday afternoon, and it's going to be windy. We'll have a north wind about 10, 15 miles per hour. It's going to make it feel even colder. We'll be in the low 50s Sunday, and then a nice warm up. We're going for a high of 60 on Wednesday. Spencer and I were talking about it today. Lydia and I could see some areas, maybe even Memphis, hitting 70 degrees next Wednesday. So we're kind of hedging our bets right now, but we are going to see a big warm up. And again, that goes back to that pattern we're in with the up and down temperatures that still come into play.
I'm ready for it to just warm up and stay that way.
I am too. I'm a warm weather kind of guy. The cold is not my thing.
Me neither.
That's one of the wonderful things about living here in the Mid-South. So anyway, it was good to have some time to talk about that tonight. Just a little extra time that we can't typically devote to it on television. I'm limited to about 2.5 minutes, and sometimes it's really difficult to pack in all that weather information in just a couple of minutes. So this is a fun opportunity for us to just expand, talk a little more about it, get into some of the nuances of weather, and then again, if you have questions, you can leave them there on our Facebook page, and we get to them. So speaking of Facebook page, what is our big Facebook story today?
Our big story?
Yeah.
Well, the Tyree documents is big.
It was 25,000 documents, right?
Yes, around there. I don't know the specific number, but it was a lot.
Yeah.
So we had our reporters divvy it up and have at least 100 pages each to go through.
Now, these were documents that a group of media outlets had to form a coalition to file a suit to have those documents released.
Yes.
And so it was one of those things.
Big legal battle to get those documents.
Yeah, so they were supposed to be released last night. There was a technical glitch. The documents were released today. We've had we had dozens of people poring over those documents throughout the day today and even into the evening. I'm looking over here. Our newsroom is right behind Lydia. So you're kind of seeing the area. It looks like there's not a lot of activity in your shot back there, but that's where the morning crew sits.
Yes.
So we're kind of pointed to the morning crew. The night crew is over here on the other side. We can't see all the activity going on there, but I was looking around to see if Bria was around because she's going to be talking more about it on Action News 5 at 10 tonight.
Yes, stay tuned at 10. Bria is going to be talking about it. She spent all evening working on this story, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, look, I tell you what, we're going to, I think I can wrap it up now. Yeah, I went through all my graphics. Did well. Did well.
I think so.
Did I skip anything? Did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
Okay, good.
We have no more questions that I see.
That's awesome. That's very good.
Paula is upset about more rain, but...
Yeah, but fortunately, it's only one day. We get through Friday, and we're going to have another nice streak of weather. I think we probably won't see anything again until towards the end of next week or next weekend. But in the meantime, a pretty good pattern coming our way. More great weather tomorrow. We'll get through Friday. Even though it's going to be chilly for the start of the weekend, it's going to be dry. So if you want to get outside, get out and about, do some things, weather will be conducive for that. You'll just need a coat for it all. But with that said and done, tell you what, we'll wrap it up here at our Action News 5 Digital Desk Nighttime. We need a name for this.
I know.
What do we call this? What do you think? What do we call it?
We need your help.
Should we call it Ron rambling on and on, or what? The Ron
Childers Show.
Ben, our producer, our 10 p.m. just said Ron's rambling. That's kind of what it turns into after a while. But thank you very much, Lydian Canine.
Yes, sir.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day to you.
Happy Valentine's Day to all of you. Happy Ash Wednesday. The Lenten season has begun. So here we go. It starts off with some good weather. That wraps it up for us here on the Digital Desk Nighttime. You guys have a great night. I'll see you on Action News 5 at 10.